welcome back to your favorite channel. It's your boy PBK9s giving it to you live in effect on the PBC. Some gonna like it and some ain't. Like I always say, no matter what you do in life, some gonna like it and some ain't. This to my brothers and my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Some gonna like it, some ain't, man. Hope everybody having a great Tuesday around the board. Ready for hump day tomorrow, getting this work week, rolling. Big shout out to all the pet lovers, everybody taking care of them animals across the board. Got a little bit of news that came down from the sea. Now, let me take that back. The PBC satellites out of space. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna touch on that, and I'm gonna touch on a topic that came across my desk as well. So like I said, man, y'all come on up in here, hit that like button. If you haven't hit that like button yet, don't leave off this video without hitting that like button. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. It looks like I'm gonna have to give some rewards or some such, you know what I'm saying, for the 13,000 subscriber or certain number of subscribers. I'm gonna give some reward. I'm gonna have to do something, man. Get y'all to touch that button because y'all just don't want to touch free stuff. Everybody likes something free. You know what I'm saying? That subscribe button is totally free, man. So y'all go ahead and hit it. And like I said, big salute and big shout out to all the pet lovers across the world, from the top of the globe to the bottom, from the left to the right. First we get into this dog news where a brother, 13-year-old, was rescued out in the snow in Gastonia, North Carolina, and he was found by Barracuda Daddy. He was found by Barracuda. Yes, I'm talking about the Barracuda. Grand champion Barracuda. Y'all was looking for his daddy. Well, we found his daddy, and his daddy just rescued a young man out in the snow, man. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into that, and then we're gonna get back into this dog talk. I want to address an issue that came across my desk, and I feel like needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, y'all come on up in here, y'all get y'all popcorn, y'all get y'all drinks, whatever y'all need to come to the show. And let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Oh, let me say big thank you to the brother Casino Life Prez for rocking with me on the live last night, talking a little bit of boxing talk. Hold up. Put that. Since I'm right-handed, that right hand got to guard my chin, and that left hand is the guy. Bah, 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 bah. Big salute to the brother Casino Life, man, coming in here rocking with me last night with a little bit of boxing talk. Unexpected boxing talk, because I wasn't really expecting to even go in that lane last night. We was talking about the dogs, and somehow or another we got into that. But big shout out to you, my brother. Big salute to the brother that was telling us about the DMV and Be More is a whole separate thing. Big salute to you, my brother. Hey man, it just is what it is. We're getting into this news. Them boys wanted me to find Barracuda Daddy. So I did my research, and by golly jolly, we got a match. Let's get into this news.
They do say this. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but one police canine charged straight into a snowstorm for the first time to locate a missing teen. Bo is a police canine with the Gastonia of North Carolina Police Department. He was able to track the teen's scent in the dark of night and find him, despite freezing temps and a storm that tallied over 11 inches of snow that weekend. So joining us now is canine handler Sergeant David Rowland with the Gastonia Police Department, and Bo himself. Officer, thank you for being here with us this afternoon. We really appreciate your time. And of course, Bo for being us as well. Can you kind of walk me through the rescue mission? When a person goes missing, how do you establish a trail to follow?
Yeah, so for a bloodhound, for us to establish that scent, the biggest thing for us is a scent article or a specific item that the person touched or belongs to that person that has their unique odor on it. I introduced that to Bo, and Bo, his superpower is scent discrimination, meaning he can only follow that one scent that I ask him to follow. And I give that scent to Bo, and we look for our start point, and the rest Bo does, and I just hang on.
Wow. I mean, it's so incredible. What a skill to have, too. I mean, obviously, these conditions, they weren't fun to be in. It was very cold. It was an intense system that came through. How did you ensure that Bo stayed safe in these intense winter conditions?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for Bo watching him, making sure that he's not getting tired, or if he's picking his paws up, letting me know that his paws are getting too cold, potential frostbite. Just like humans, dogs can get hypothermia.
Mm.
Those are all things that we're watching. We have EMS and other officers and agencies that were there to help with support in case something like that would occur, and we would bring a backup dog in to finish Bo's track.
Wow. And how long did it take for Bo to find the missing teenager?
Yeah, so the teenager had been gone for about 2 hours before we arrived once we started the track.
Wow.
Once I gave Bo the scent article, Bo took off. We tracked several hundred yards. We were tracking for about 15 minutes. And at that point, perimeter started shifting, trying to follow Bo. And luckily, Gas County Emergency Management System and EMS were in the area assisting with us on the perimeter. And inside that hard perimeter, the child ended up walking out to one of the EMS workers as we tracked to him.
Wow. And this was Bo's first experience in a winter storm, right?
Yeah, to this magnitude, he's been in some light dustings, but nothing like this
Yeah.
before. The biggest thing was I wish I had video of it, but Bo's head was so far in the snow that he was like a plow going through the snow, dividing the snow as he worked so diligently to locate that scent.
Wow. Can you kind of talk me through and how weather can make a difference when it comes to tracking?
Yeah, weather is probably one of the most important things when it comes to tracking for a canine handler. Weather affects every aspect of it. Good tracking conditions would be something that's cool. The weather is 40 to 65 degrees, a light to no wind. Humidity is huge. We're looking for 40 to 70% humidity. A light rain or mist could actually regenerate the decomp of skin rafts, or basically your skin cells that fall off your body. Moisture reactivates it and helps. Sorry, Bo's hitting all these buttons, and it helps. It helps make the scent stronger, which Bo was able to follow quicker. Wet snow, and unfortunately, this condition was a dry snow, which comes into bad tracking conditions. So when anything is dry and really cold, odor is made up of moisture as well. So moisture likes to attach itself to other moisture. When it's a dry snow like that, unfortunately, it blows around with high winds. In this instance, we had 15 to at time 30-mile-per-hour wind gust, and that's blowing scent everywhere, especially obstacles. It turns into whirlwinds and it throws scent everywhere, and it makes Bo's job a lot harder to locate that scent versus on a good cool day, that scent stays close to the ground because it's cool and moist, and that's what scent loves.
Wow, it's so amazing to hear about kind of the mechanics of how this works. And Bo did an incredible job. Thankfully, that teen was found safe. So just an incredible story. And thanks for kind of walking us through how it all goes down. It's really fascinating. And Bo, he deserves a couple of good treats, I think. He's been trying to jump into the camera. He looks great. Thanks again for chatting with us, Sergeant. It's again Sergeant David Rowland with the Gastonia Police Department. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
How y'all like that, man? You tell me that motherfucker don't look like Barracuda? Hey, I'm just joking about that being Barracuda daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know Barracuda is all red boy Jocko. You know what I'm saying? All red boy Jocko. But I just had to throw that little joke in there, because that joker do favor him a little bit on certain pitches now. He do favor him a little bit on certain pitches. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna take that there. It was all a joke, so nobody take that serious. You know what I'm saying? I was strictly playing. I don't believe that. I don't think that. I just was making a joke for brothers, hoping if you was having a bad day that you got a laugh out of that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it give you a little bit of enjoyment from a bad day you was having or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to all my brothers out there doing the dog training, that's training them scent dogs to perform acts like this when we need them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell you I'm doing with my dogs. My American Pitbull terriers that's gonna be trained to find certain scents. You know what I'm saying? Taking them dogs from what they try to keep them in one little box and use them to work. See, work is work. Work is work. And this end of the day, let me ask you a question before we get into this stuff I want to talk about. I trained one of these dogs one of these dogs, what they call fighting dogs. I trained that dog to go out there and find somebody, and he does find somebody. Which one of y'all box dogs, grand champion, gonna be worth more than that? I'm just asking a question, man. Work is work. You know, good deeds is good deeds. You know, it don't matter which dog does it, long as they do it. So you telling me, and I always have to ask brothers this, because you have them clowns over there on the side, and the clowns over there in the bleachers, and the clowns over there in the alternative school saying this and saying that. But like I said before, your dog go out there and find a missing person. Your dog do something to make a name for himself in the real uh CNN or the Fox News or wherever in your local town outside of PBK9 dog news, you know, which dog that they got from, and I don't care, you can go back far as you can go. Your dog gonna be one of the most known dogs in America. He's not a bloodhound. He's not a Malinois. He's not a German Shepherd. He's a fighting dog, what they call him, a fighting dog. Yeah, he fought through the circumstances and broke barriers for other brothers in the future to break barriers, man. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is, my brothers and sisters. Like I say, I hope y'all having a great evening. Go big salute to the brother going hard. Mike and Mo out there, man. Big salute to the brother Battle Bred Concepts. You know, great video you dropped about the pit bulls, my brother. Big salute to you, man. And everybody doing the positive. I chill with these animals. You know, every single body. And I gotta address this, man, and let y'all brothers know. I always tell you I had to follow something on my own that I be speaking about. I always say the hurt dog a holler. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to address the video that brother Tom Garner just put out, maybe earlier today or yesterday or something. I think it was earlier today when he was speaking about lies for views for some podcasters. For one, you know, I had to look at the video because at first I was gonna respond to it, but he not talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he talking to. I never said anything bad about Chinaman. You know what I'm saying? So I know he not talking to me. Um, the stuff that I speak about is truth. The stuff that I speak about is news. You know what I'm saying? When I speak about the Garner dogs, it's the dogs that I had that I got from him. You know what I'm saying? When I speak about, oh, if he made the news, he made the news. You know, so when he not talking to me, I had to look at it a couple times. Not sure who he talking to, but whoever he talking to, it just is what it is. I'm not putting that on me. It ain't on me. Like I said, he not talking to me. If he was talking to me, you know, PBK9's got a name. I don't address brothers when you just speaking subliminally. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I listened to what he was saying. He ain't talking to me, you know. And I'm not gonna act like I want to start something with him or anything, because you know I don't back down from nothing when it comes to this dog talk and this news and all that good stuff like that, you know. But the brother wasn't talking to me, man. You know, and I can respect what he's saying about Chinaman, because if you get up there and you start talking about something about Bo, and you don't know nothing about my dog Bo, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna respond to it. You know what I'm saying? So I can respect what he's saying about Chinaman. That's that man dog. And if you say the wrong things or you say something incorrect about the dog, he gonna respond to it. I can respect that. No, it ain't no big deal on my end, you know, because like I said, hurt dogs gonna holler, and I don't feel a need to holler. You know what I'm saying? I listened to the video more than one time, you know, and you know, honestly, I'll tell you the honest truth. Before I listened to it, when I just looked at the Garner learning to make them titles real interesting. Because when I looked at the title, I said, "Oh, I know Garner ain't talking about me." You know what I'm saying? Because I got the video from PBC satellites from outer space. You know, the satellites out of space, and ring the video in, and I went and checked it out. Now I'm gonna get you a couple more views, Garner, because I don't trip about views. I get views regardless, and I ain't here to try to shit on you or talk shit about you or nothing like that. When I say stuff, I say it, and I keep on stepping, I keep on going. Anybody got anything to say about the Bay? They know my name, Pelican Bay K9s. You know what I'm saying? PBK9s. You know, the boy who do the news, the man who do the news, the man or whatever. You know, so like I said, man, whoever was talking about Chinaman, that video was directed to you. Only thing I ever said about the dogs is about the 45-minute this or 45-minute that. Like he said in his video, he been hearing that shit for 40 years. You know, or somebody saying something that he feel is inappropriate about his line of dogs. So I mean, it just is what it is, man. I gotta keep it stepping, keep it going. I did want to bring y'all brothers and sisters that news article. If you haven't seen it yet, what I just gave you, where the 13-year-old was found by the bloodhound. I thought it was kind of funny myself how close that bloodhound resembled Barracuda. You know what I'm saying? um, and maybe to the brothers and sisters that's watching my video right now, let me show you who Barracuda is. You know, but that's all Pitbull until we find out or till we have more proof to say otherwise. Saying getting up here and being serious about it and saying that's Barracuda Daddy, get videos made on you like Tom Garner made about whoever he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna react when you talk about my dog. When you talk about Mellow Yellow, I step. You talk about Fletcher and them, I step. You talk about my dog Bo and them, or whatever, I step. So I can't do nothing but respect what the man did. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I will say, when you get out here and you start talking about podcasters, you know, your words can easily get flung around to the wrong podcaster that you might not be ready for that smoke. When you think you're ready for that smoke, you say we, you might not be ready for that smoke. So sometimes it pays to do what we do, call out a name. Because see, if I call out a name, I say, oh, Jim Bob, think he's so and so and so and so. Now, anybody outside of Jim Bob, if they step to me about that, then that's because they want to step to me. But they know my video was directed to Jim Bob, But when I say podcasters, then it could be directed to anybody. If the shoe fit, wear it. The shoe don't fit me, hurt, and I ain't hurt right now. So salute to all them brothers out there, man. Salute to the PBC, satellites out of space. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing the right stuff when it comes to these hounds out here. When I say hounds, that's the lingo for pit bull. We call all pit bulls hounds. We don't mean that they really are hounds. Matter of fact, that's the lingo for a dog. A man can have a German Shepherd. Where my hound at? Where my hound at? You know what I'm saying? Hound is another name for dog. Just catching some of my brothers and sisters up so they won't get confused. But we was looking at a real hound just a few minutes ago, that made that rescue, man. And like I said, that been on my mind for the last 5 years. Training my dogs, have a team of dogs, whether I got to team up with other brothers from other cities and other states to where I can't get certain place, you can get there, but it's always, and we can't, it's always somebody missing or somebody that need to be found out here. And them dogs cost, man. Sometimes these police departments don't be having the dogs to go out here and find these people. They might not have them on deck when they need them on deck. You know what I'm saying? So I know what I'm gonna do with mine. I'm training mine for scent work. Forget the protection. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make them attack nobody. I want to let them help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Take them out there in the woods, the same dogs that, they get them and they put them down. They say they fighting dogs this and fighting dogs that. It's going to be one of them dogs, like I said before, that's going to make them shut up. That's going to make them respect the game. It's your boy K9s. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay legal out there. And I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.
The Pitbull Encyclopedia is the ultimate guide for anyone who loves, owns, or wants to learn more about one of the world's most misunderstood dog breeds. Packed with expert insights, breed history, training tips, health advice, and heartwarming stories, this comprehensive book breaks down the myths and highlights the true nature of pit bulls: loyal, intelligent, and loving companions. Whether you're a first-time owner, a seasoned pit bull enthusiast, or an advocate for the breed, the Pitbull Encyclopedia is your go-to resource for understanding and celebrating these incredible dogs.